Have you ever thought about that you want to stop being a nice guy? You're over sublimating what you want, sacrificing yourself in order to please other people. Well, here I have 3 tips for you to stop being the nice guy, to stop sacrificing yourself, and to start speaking up and speaking out. So as a nice guy, as a recovering nice guy myself, I know how hard it is to speak up in that moment when I know I should, and yet I choose, because of old habits, I choose to keep my mouth closed and not say what's good for me. I don't speak up and say no. I don't say, hey, I want this instead. I don't say, hey, look, I want to go here. How about you? I don't speak up in the past. These days, it's very different. It's taken me a long time to learn. And so here's 3 tips that I've learnt along the way. Start small. Okay? Each of these tips, you start small. So you start in something that doesn't really matter to you. It doesn't have much emotional attachment. It's easy for you. So if it goes wrong, it's not such a big deal. Yep. Okay. So the first thing is start speaking up with people around you that you don't have a strong relationship with. So the shopkeepers, the shop assistants, the waitresses, the waiters, the people. Don't be rude. You don't need to be disrespectful. But, if someone's given you the wrong change, hey, I've speak up and say, hey, this is the wrong change. Check before you place your card down on top of the little whatever gizmo they're using. Check the amount that's been put in, that's been entered. It only takes a little mistake and you can be paying, 10 times more than what you actually anticipate. Check that, If somebody wants you to pay for something without checking it, no thanks. Can I just check the amount first? Great, thank you, that's correct. And just very simple. But for a nice guy, that can be hard. And so you start small. So just start speaking up with those people that you just have transactional relationships with. There are other times when we're with groups. So you might have a group of students if you're at uni or college. You might have a group of friends or a group of work colleagues or a sporting group or some sort of social group, hobby group that you're attached to. And there'll come a time when somebody says, what next? And you might be the sort of person, as a nice guy, who just keeps their mouth shut and just goes along, which way is the wind blowing, and then will follow the majority of the group. This is a good opportunity as well, just to speak up with no attachment to the outcome, no emotional attachment. Just say, hey, I'd like to do this. Anybody else feel like doing this? And you just might be surprised at who goes, hey, that sounds like a good idea. It could be that nothing happens. It could be that, no, somebody else speaks up and people do something else. However, the thing is, you have stepped outside of your comfort zone. You've spoken up and you've spoken a little bit about what you want. The more you do this, the easier it becomes. Tip number 3. Now, say you're with a female friend. This could be a friend, it could be a work colleague, it could be a potential date, it could be someone you've just met, any number of things, any number of interactions could be happening with this woman. How about trying for you to speak up first about what you want? So instead of saying, what do you want to do? Where do you want to go? Where do you want to go? What do you feel like eating? Speak up. Hey, I'd really like a hamburger tonight. I feel like some fish and chips. I'd really like to get some sushi. I'm thinking that some Asian would be really nice tonight. What do you want? So speaking up first and asking what you want, just putting it out there. Nothing needs to happen. There's no attachment to it. If it doesn't work, it's okay. The thing is that you try. You endeavour to do something different. You endeavour, you try, you attempt to do something which is outside of your habitual responses around other people. And as nice guys, our habitual responses and reactions normally lead to us sacrificing what we want, what we need, what we really feel, and what we really think. So it's up to you. Just take a little step outside your comfort zone and keep on going. You never know where it's going to end, do you? So just one last time, speaking up with the people around you that you have transactional relationships with. There are times in a group when you could speak up first and ask for what you want, right? And number 3, there are times when you're with a potential lover, partner, date, when you speak up first and say what you want rather than asking her what she wants. Okay, there's 3 simple tips. Good luck in trying them out. See you next time.